Alrighty, so we spawn in on Tundra. I decided to do a one-layer hippo just because I've had a few experiences on Tundra where people just get an easy bypass and get in. He doesn't really like it very much, so he gets a little bit annoyed about it and decides to do a hippo himself. And I get an easy goal, and then he starts being a bit toxic and saying I suck. And then I just say thank you, because what else do you say? You're supposed to like be toxic back, because it's not really like, that's just adding to the toxicity of Hypixel. And then I build a little wing just to have as a backup if he tries to like come on the main bridge or anything. And then I just do a little jump on top, and then he this is when he first starts thinking I'm a little sketchy. He's like, you're so weird. And I'm assuming he meant like my KB, because that was a slightly low amount of KB. And then I just clutch wall run. I try to break in, and he gets a good hit. His hit registered. So I decided to be an idiot and keep abusing my wing. And then I mess up and accidentally block it there, but I clutch, and I go for the block in, but he hits me, which is fine. And then this ends up just going on for a very long time. This ends up being a really long game, actually. He bow shots me, I bow shot him, I miss, I fall, I clutch. And then, yeah, it just goes on like this for quite a while, and nothing really happens. I try to go for the fake, but I screw it up again and fall in the void. So I don't know if you've noticed, but he's focusing on bridge development. So yeah, I may have scored a few goals on him, but he has gotten more of his bridge developed. So PvP over there for him is a little bit better, because he has a wider bridge and he has a little more maneuverability when it comes to me shooting with his bow shots. So he actually gets a lot more bow shots than I do. So that was actually a smart play on his part. I was just a bit more aggressive. He took the slower route to it. And I actually messed up my juke there. It worked. I placed the blocks, but it didn't really fake them out enough to be helpful, and it just ended up wasting time. I got a miracle bow shot in there, but it didn't really help me. I still died. He's really liked bypassing. I think he realized I was a bit sketchy, and no, I'm not cheating, but he thinks I'm cheating. So, and this is where he really faked me out, and that's actually one of his strong points, is being able to run around, drop down, and then fake me out by running the opposite direction. I fell for that way too many times, and here he just got unlucky with him being able to break the blocks. His hippo is like 3 layers thick, and mine is like 1. And then this is where he says you're legit so annoying, and this is where he realized, like, I think this is where he realized I was like, he thought I was actually like cheating for real, like, because I kept getting sketchy hits on him. Like, even though he scored that goal, I did get somewhat of a far hit. It wasn't really that sketchy, and any decent player would have known that. But, yeah, I guess, I don't know. This guy is a bridge diamond 4 with, like, almost a 3 win-to-loss ratio, so he doesn't have insane stats, but he was good at PvP for sure. And then I take the dumb approach of tunneling, which he ends up going for me there, but most of the time he just bypasses me when tunneling. So it's either good for him or good for me, because it ends up just being a race, and since he has a bigger hippo, it's better for him because he gets in. And then I messed up there, and he just did the same thing and got in the goal, and I think we actually stayed tied for quite a while, and then we just end up trading off, killing each other. I at the beginning he was a little bit better at PvP and killing me more often, but I realized if I bow comboed him, I could flawless him a lot of the time, so I just started working on that. So here, I think he actually bypassed, but I'm not sure. Yes, actually, this was actually a really good play on my part. Even though he got the goal, I've got that bypass there, and I'm not sure why, but neither of us actually decided to patch this time, so we've both still got a bypass. I have no clue where his is, and he doesn't even know I have a bypass, so I have the slight advantage in this situation. So I drop down, but he decides to build up. But he gives away where his bypass is, and he totally messes up his jump and falls in the void there. So now I have a bypass, and he doesn't know I have one. So that is going to put a big play into me getting ahead in this game. So right now he has the lead, but since I know exactly where the bypass is and he doesn't, it's actually very helpful for me. And this is where he thought I didn't have, like, I had anti-KB. He said, okay, nice KB. He also didn't take a ton of KB, but he was just a somewhat decent PvPer, like pretty even with me, I would say. So he just didn't take a ton of KB anyways, which definitely, he was definitely legit. And then he didn't realize I had that there. So I get a goal, plus now he knows it's there, which is slightly unfortunate, but also means he's either going to have to patch it or he's just going to bypass it. And I'm not sure if he even had realized by then it was still there, so he decides to bypass, which was not a good play on his part because there's still a bypass for me to get in, and I'm actually destroying him in PvP half the time. So I think he actually patched it there. But I went to go down as a juke and then build back up, but it kind of backfired and he killed me. But here I was standing there waiting because he kept doing the exact same thing, which is one of the biggest issues once you become like a good bridge player, where you're close to the like master range or already in the master range, where you're good and you have some good plays, but you are really repetitive and do the same thing. So a really decent bridge player will catch on to your game, your play style, and the fact that you do the same thing over and over and over again, and it is not what you want to be doing. So if you juke, you want to be doing different types of jukes and doing in different directions, because that way you're not as predictable, because being predictable, even if you're incredibly good at PvP, will screw you up. I have a bypass here, but he ended up patching it up a lot bigger than I thought, so I decided to void because I knew he would have the race because he has a way thinner hippo to break through. Luckily, I got the hit there, and that's probably one of the sketchy hits he was referring to later. Not sure, but it was definitely one of the more sketchy hits, although it wasn't that sketchy. I go for the juke here, kind of just doesn't work, but I do clutch, and then I jump at the void. That's what I do best, you know. I think he thought I broke something down there and decides to go for a patch, and I go to break in here, but I realized that it's not going to work because he just broke in. But that was one of the more sketchy moments right here. I'm not sure, but this was an incredibly sketchy moment. Look at that frame. He is holding his sword. As you can see, it's not his bow. Could that be hacks? Let me go back to the very last frame. Okay, let me fit. But that's 100% his sword. And that is 1, 2, 3 blocks right there. That's at least 4 blocks that he hit from. That was incredibly sketchy. And I'm not saying he's hacking. It was probably just a lucky hit. But it would be actually hilarious if he was the one hacking. For him, I don't know how he got those hits. But he's legit. It's just, you know, Hypixel being Hypixel. And here I kill him. But I didn't realize he voided, and he just breaks in from the top. I'm actually not even sure that he voided. He may have just gotten on top and broken in. So good play on his part. I wasn't expecting it. And then I destroy him in PvP here, drop down, block up, and then I think he kills me here. But I do get a little bit of time because he has to patch the pieces I broke or leave an opening or weakness in his hippo. Then there are some laggy hits from Hypixel because Hypixel is Hypixel and will always be Hypixel. And then here I messed up my double drop clutch. So here I try to drop down to get in the goal, but I accidentally blocked myself up and he decided to race it, and I think he would have beat me there, although he did fall in the void. But that is where he first started trying to work on a bypass with a head hitter on that right side, which was really helpful for him later on. But him falling in the void was the first time he started developing that head hitter more. And right now he's just basically holding while he develops the head hitter. He's just, which I didn't realize at the time, that I was just giving him time to develop his head hitter, and I was just standing there thinking I was just delaying him. But it was a bad move on my part to not make a move for him. But either way, it did result in him dying in the end. I think right here I just drop down and kill him. Yeah. So every time he breaks in, I just patch it and add a little extra, so my hippo just gets bigger and bigger and bigger over time. But this is where the bypass really comes into play for him. It worked really well because he just has access all under my bridge, and I don't have that on his side, so he has the big advantage here. But I got down here and I was able to just patch up everything, and he was just talking in chat. He's kind of angry. He said, "Stop, please," because he was annoyed because I kept patching his bypasses and stuff, and he thought I was cheating. So right here, I do a high IQ play. He thought I was bridging down and that he could make the race, but because I came back up, I was able to just dig in from the top and dig in. So I only had to break like 6 or 7 blocks where he had to break more, and I don't think he realized that. And this is where he gets mad. He's like,
okay, I'm out, you're trash.
Because he thinks I'm hacking. He calls me a hacker there also. But he doesn't end up leaving because I guess he still thinks he has a chance at winning, which he definitely does. There's 3 minutes and 50 seconds left, so there's a high possibility he could tie it, but I guess you'll have to wait and see what happens. He says, my balls, you're hacking. My balls weren't hacking. I can definitely say that my balls weren't hacking, but I don't know about other parts. He hits me with a bow, but like right there where he got that hit, I should have taken more KB, but I didn't. I think Hypixel was lagging, and that may have led to him thinking I was cheating, just Hypixel lagging alone, I think, because I'm 100% not cheating, as you can see, but there are some sketchy moments, but that definitely can be explained by Hypixel, and also I'm getting 100 ping, so that's another thing that could explain why he thinks I'm cheating. Like right there, like he just totally destroyed me in PvP. Like if I had 4 or 5 blocks of reach, there's no way he like would have flawlessed me that hard. So good plays by him. He kills me again. Like we're killing each other like each like 50% of the time. Like yeah, he has a little bit of sketchy hits and KB sometimes. Same with me, and it's probably just Hypixel because we're both super even in PvP. Like right there's a lot of lag on Hypixel's part. Hits just didn't register in time, and then I screw up and fall. I didn't clutch, although I probably would have been bad if I had. And then right here I realized that he fell in time, which was really lucky, because if I had gone down there, it would have wasted a lot of time. And then luckily I killed him there. And then I don't know how that bow shot registered, but it did. And then he tries to do the classic just walk, you know, like switch sides of the bridge, which worked until it didn't. And then here I screwed up and realized he was racing, so I avoided. As you can see, I am not the most expert bridge player. I still make a lot of amateur mistakes, but I do beat decent amount of good players. Like earlier today, I beat a bridge legend with a 4.37 win-to-loss ratio. He rage quit after the first goal, and I beat a bridge master 5 with a 5.29 win-to-loss ratio. Both of them are good players. Like obviously, I would have probably gotten destroyed by them if I had done another game. But right here, he wants me to screen share, and I told him I don't want to screen share. Like I have no reason to need to screen share and waste my time screen sharing to some random dude who wants me to. Like it's a waste of my time and everything, so I don't know why I would do that. So there's only a minute left, and he's pretty much given up, I think. He says I'm trash, and I'm hacking, and I've said I'm on Lunar, bro. So even though because I'm on Lunar, it makes it pretty unlikely that I'm hacking. And he says my balls, I could see it, but you aren't. And then I ask what hacks, and unfortunately I get comboed here because of that, but my miracle bow shot saved me there. And he says I have reach and velo, and I say lol, because what else do you say to that? Yeah, he just keeps tunneling. He really likes tunneling, and that's basically the strategy for this map. And he actually faked me out there by using the I forget what it's called, but the kill sound effect on one of those little I think emotes or something like that. But he somehow almost juked me with that, but not quite. And then the time limit runs out, and I beat him. And then I tell him my real IGN so he can party me, or so he can just look up my stats, because my stats are pretty bad. And if I was using velo and reach, I think I would have way better stats than that. And this is where he kind of just goes off. He's like, tell me why you're hacking. And I said, I'm not. And he's like, you are. And then he takes a little bit again to say anything. And I'm like, bro. And he said, bro, nothing, dude. And I said, I'm literally not. And he was like, you are. Thanks, Hypixel. It was somebody else, actually. And he said, F off. Like, man, literally hit you 6 times. And I said, check my stats, they are awful. And he's like, no KB, yeah, stats trash. And like, dude, no KB, reach, and kill aura. And he said, do you think? And I said, LMAO, those aren't hacks. Dumb BS. Like, not only. And then I said, I'm literally gonna make a video out of this. And he's like, yeah, do it. Link it to me later. Literally hacking. And I said, keep saying stuff for the video, LOL. And he said, no way, you're legit. Yeah. And then he says, hello, IT, it's me. Swag cat 600. And I said, LMAO. And he said hello again. So basically. And then I start talking. Well, as you can see, I was dueling this guy. And he's like raging. Let me check his stats actually. Swag cat 600. He's a bridge diamond 4 with a 2.31 win to loss ratio. Basically, he's calling velo, reach, and kill aura on me because he thought I was super sketchy and I beat him. And he's just like raging on me right now and just spamming me. I joined his party to see what he wanted to say, but I saved my 7-win streak. Yay, big win streak. Totally like highest win streak I've ever had. Man, it's so annoying to fight people like you. Just learn how to play no cheats. It's either that or get net. This is so funny, bro. Okay. Don't hack, isn't that hard? I said, oh, why would I cheat? And he said, I don't know. And I said, I have bad stats also. Do you think I know? Question mark, question mark. If I was cheating, why would I have bad stats? I don't know, man. People do that for fun. What do I care? I just care that every time I want to do fast wins, there is always someone Okay, there's always someone that is getting 0 KB. Okay, so he's also calling anti-KB on me and hits from literally 6 blocks. So he thinks I have 6 block reach. He said if somebody, I said either I was better than him or luckier, and he said if I was better, he would have recognized it. Like, maybe you are legit, but like 600 ping, cause no way. You don't get KB in every single fight. And hits from 4 to 5 blocks away. Well, let me know in the comments if I'm cheating, guys. That would be very much appreciated. Guys, I'm laughing so hard right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. That guy was like, his stats were not great. They were okay, like, I guess, but he really thought I was cheating, and I wasn't even that sketchy. Like, to be fair, there were a few hits that were a bit sketchy, and a few times I didn't take much KB, but he also had those moments. It just happens. I don't know. I have not been called cheats on in Bridge I don't think I've actually ever been called cheats on in Bridge. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. Like, he asked me to screen share. He was literally so confident that I'm cheating, but I'm not, I swear. Like, I'm on Lunar Client. Like, I have no cheats. Like, there's... I'm literally, like, on Lunar Client, so... I am legit. Yeah, well, anyways, if you guys enjoyed that interesting short video, drop a sub, and it would be much appreciated. And hopefully more content coming out in the future.